Well, today I will introduce you about the Titanic and Concordia ships, which are the main characters in two of the most catastrophic events in marine industries. So let introduction about this. Well, Titanic laid the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean after about 4 days when he when she gets sailed from in the morning of April 10th in 1912, meanwhile Corcordia is sink in the coastal Italy after approximately a day when he getting sailed from Italy. Well, when the Concordia has exist and happened when it sink, many reports fill the internet, radio, or TV for days to immediately make some striking resemblance and comparisons about the Titanic and Concordia events and come up with a number of unusual similarities and also some major difference about two catastrophic events. So I point out some similarities and so these major difference between these disastrous events. Well, first, let's come to the similarities. Both Titanic and Concordia, firstly, is the enormous ships. While Titanic is the largest ship per day, which is about 882 feet long, including 9 decks. Concordia is little larger than Titanic, which is about 951 feet long and conclude about more than 4 decks than Titanic. Despite its minimal difference, I think that Concordia and Titanic is also a megaship of the time and sink to her day. Well, let's come to the second similarities in terms of the luxurious ship. Well, both of them are in engage the passengers in pools, restaurants, and varieties of activities to make some various of recreational place to relax and enjoy the times on the road to get the view of adventure. Well, and the third is the the courage and cowardice actions of the several passengers on ships. Well, in terms of Titanic, myriad of men act as brave men. Well, most of the men gave up the seats on the lifeboats from women and children. Why? Because the rules in the Titanic is that the women and children are the first priorities on the lifeboats. While meanwhile, there are some act like wordless. What such as one man dressed like a woman to keep the ships on the to save our lives. In terms of Concordia, it also acts of coward and cowardice. But the majority of men will work for himself. In fact, Captain in the last left before all the passengers is in the safe boats. And it is a strange point in the stories in terms of Concordia. And according to the captain narration, that he's ship in the dark and fell into the black boat. But some Italians tell that an Italian coast guard tell the captain to in order to return the ship, but they refused to go back. Well, I think you know that captain should be the left last, but all the captain in the Titanic went down with his ship, but Concordia captains left before passengers are in safety. Well, moreover, both ships suffered some significant damage, and partial or complete sink lay partly sink off under the seabed. Well, so this is the end of the similarities. Let's come from some major difference and why Titanic and Concordia is indistinct. Well, the first one is come to the types of the projects. But Titanic can get across the Atlantic Ocean for providing transportation to the myriad of business, adventurers, or the passengers. Corcordia is served as vacations around the Mediterranean Sea and is also sink into the warmer, shallower water than Titanic. While Titanic is struggle with an iceberg. So actually, ironically, I think that Titanic is sink in the deep, cool oceans in the water at the Atlantic Ocean. And this lead to the count of the disaster is also different between the in terms of Titanic and Corcordia. Well, why Titanic is struggle with the ice with a large and enormous icebergs, as I have already told that Concordia is struggle with rocks in the Italic coast. Well, despite the sinking same reason, each struggle obstacle is different in various ways. Well, the third difference between these events is the number of lives. Ironically, in the Titanic, about 1,500 people uh, is listed in the death toll, and merely 700 was survived to the last destination. Well, in contrast, Corcordia do it better with 42 lost in the sea, and they are saved for about 4,500 people who return to families. Well, and the ship of Titanic is carry half of the need for life force to rescue. That is why there's a list of people to be survived, and most of them are fall when the Titanic is lay into the sea. So the passengers have no chance to survive. But the Concordia has provide and accommodate to extra lifeboats, which boosts more than 20% of people can hold and save in living safety. Well, and another point that the Concordia ships is lie on the side lower of the sea, so people can run and jump to the sea without any danger. Well, whenever people travel for adventures, plans, business, and so on, I think that some possibilities of disaster are present today. Well, after arrival to the destination, more and more people at the Titanic and Korea also suspect that accidents like train shipwrecks or plane cracks also happen suddenly and accidentally. So it's very crucial to highlight the inherent risks of maritime travel and also warn people to that accidents can happen very suddenly and accidentally. So it's better to aware of reminding vast majority people to around the safety before getting to another transportation.